I have failed you. I have failed you. Every Monday, I put out a Monday mindfulness mindset message, and I have failed you this week. My upload didn't last. It crashed, and I lost it. And that's an excuse, right? I'm making an excuse for why I could have done it earlier, because I know this happens. It takes hours to upload. Sometimes it doesn't get uploaded the same day, and I chose to fail. But I also think of it as a learning experience. I put these messages out, they're probably 15 to 20, 25 minutes long, 20-ish minutes. And I feel like I'm not as clear, concise, and compelling as I would like to be. And I'm giving away too much. And I know people in marketing will tell you, you should give away too much. But the engagement hasn't been there. And unfortunately, I need to have engagement in order to help push this message. You can be the smartest person in the room. You can be the wisest individual. But if you never get your message out there, no one ever hears it, are you really that smart? Like if you look at politicians, they're not the smartest people. They're not. I remember a government professor of mine said, the smartest people don't go apply for the presidency. They don't run for office because the smartest people know that it's not worth it. So I have to be a little more smart with how I do this. And this is a lesson for you. There are things you're doing, you're putting in all the time and energy and effort, right? It goes back to one of the greatest Bible verses, to give a man a fish, or maybe an extrapolation of a great Bible verse. Give a man a fish, feed him for a day. Teach a man a fish, you will feed him for life. My job here is not to give you the fish. My job is to help you learn how to be a fisherman in your own life. My dad was a fisherman, so I'm allowed to say that. I have some kind of space there. Think about your work. Think about whatever you're doing. You're the boss, your kids, your coworkers, whatever. If you keep giving and giving and giving and giving, people never learn to do things for themselves. As a coach, as a trainer, when I train and when I did fitness training, I can't do the work for you. You have to do it yourself. I can tell you only so many times, hey, you said you were going to do this. You said you were going to get up at this time. You said you were going to eat this food. I can give you the meal plans, but if you don't prep it, it doesn't matter. I can't do the work for you. You can't do the work for someone else, but you can guide them and say, this is what I would do. How would you do it? This is what we need to see. What would you do? And let people struggle for a minute. Let people figure it out along the way. On the same side, what are you struggling with and what can you learn? The only time something becomes a struggle into suffering is when you're not willing to learn a lesson there. One of the biggest problems I see with my coaches, with my trainees, with my mentees, is that they expect me to answer things for them. And maybe that's just a factor of youth. Like when I was applying to grad school and I had interviews, I remember thinking for psychology, for counseling, I'm not a counselor, I'm not a licensed physician, I'm not a licensed mental health professional. This is for your own advice from some dude on YouTube who just happens to be a lot like you. But I remember thinking, how do therapists have all the answers? How do coaches have all the answers? How do people have all the... They don't. No one has all the answers. There's only one thing that has all the answers, but I'll get banned if I say the Bible. Said it. But in your life, you are going to suffer. You will experience hardships. The thing is, what are you going to do with that hardship? What are you going to do with that struggle? Are you going to keep suffering and suffering just for suffering's sake? Or are you going to take that suffering, take that wisdom, take that knowledge you get from that information and do something different? Something I've learned as I've struggled to grow this, I love all of you guys who are subscribed. Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. But we know that there's a message that needs to be shared. And I need to focus on how do I share and spread that message. So what I'm going to do moving forward is I'm going to give you a mindset message every Monday. I love this. I love sharing something that might make your week better. Because if I can make one choice that you make better, I can help you make one better decision. You make one better day. That one better day adds up to create a better week. As that week adds up, it creates a better month. A better month creates a better year creates a better life for you. And if I can do that for you, heck yeah, I'm happy. So I'm gonna give you that one mindset message every Monday. I'm gonna keep doing that. I love this. I love helping you. I love the comments. I love the messages I get. But I'm gonna give you the message and I'm gonna give you the implementation through our app, through our coaching. I got to build that list. In order to help share more and have more resources to do things, that's where I need to go. So this is not a business decision, but it's rather, if you feel that you get something out of this, I want to help show and provide that to others who might be in the same situation you are. That is all coaching. That is all guidance. That is all mentoring is. I learned something that can help you. You learn something that can help me. We learn something that we can help others, and that's how we build ourselves up as a society. It's time to stop gatekeeping information and just sharing what we know. We could be completely wrong. I could be completely lost. I could be completely wrong. But the whole point of life and everything we do is, how do I take the information I know, the lessons I've learned, the struggles I've gone through, and gain wisdom from it to help you, to help someone, to help anyone out there who was on the path I was, who might be on the path you were, who was on a path that you recognize. You learned something, you changed it, and you're in a better place now. And if you're not in that better place, I hope to help and guide you through that. Whether or not it's just through these messages, whether it's through coaching, through our audio courses, through one-on-one coaching, through our private app, let me know. Comment, DM, do something, reach out. If you want help, if you need greater psychological medical advice, reach out to an appropriate individual. That is my disclaimer. But if you're in a place where you're set, you're good, but you just feel like there's that one thing you're missing, that's where coaching comes in. That's where guidance comes in. That's why Tony Robbins has a coach. That's why the greatest basketball players had a coach. The greatest football players had a coach. The greatest people in any sport or industry that you watch have coaches. They have people to learn from. Because at the end of the day, my job is not to do the work for you. Only you can do that. My coach's job is not to do the work for me. Give a man a fish, you feed him for a day. Teach a man to fish, you feed him for life. What are the skills necessary for you to grow? The greatest thing I've done for my body, my being, my balance, and my business, if you want to learn the core 4, message, DM, comment, whatever it is to take accountability for my life and stop waiting for someone to hand it to me. That's all I ask of you today. If you want to learn more, check out the podcast, where I go more in depth. And I'm going to separate it now. So YouTube, podcast, etc. They're going to be separate. They're going to be the same message, but you're going to get a little bit more about faith-forward leadership, mindset training based on biblical principles and standards, and how to live a life you're proud of. This is Lawrence with Candle. Good morning, good afternoon, good night, from wherever you're listening to. In peace, love, and light, signing off.